Cowboys versus Giants. It turned out to be a really fun game. Cowboys won 37-34, but everything was just soured after Dak Prescott unfortunately broke his ankle. He was actually having a pretty good game. He had like one interception at the beginning of the game, but other than that, he was throwing the ball pretty good. And then on this play, he was scrambling. He like broke a tackle. He was trying to stiff arm somebody else to get more yards. And unfortunately, the defender fell on him, and his foot kind of got caught in the grass, and the player fell on him. And it was just very, very. It was a scene that no one wants to see. His ankle was like completely twisted. They said that he broke his ankle, and some of the bone went through his skin. It's just super unfortunate injury. It was super sad to see Dak Prescott crying on the field. They put him on a stretcher, and they drove him out the field. And he was just super emotional, just crying, just tearing up. He was bawling, and then he just put his fist up to the Cowboy fans, the few Cowboy fans that were in the stands, and it was just sad. And the first thing that I felt was, damn, I feel bad. Like, that's a horrible injury. Like, don't wish this upon anybody. I hope he recovers. But then I started thinking about his contract situation. Dak Prescott has been playing he signed a tender. So he got a lot of money for this year, $31 million. He got the franchise tag. $31 million, I believe, is what he made this year. But it's just a 1-year contract. So he's a free agent after the season. And the Cowboys could either franchise tag him again and his number will go higher, or they could not re-sign him, or they could work out a long-term contract. But this offseason, instead of signing that franchise tag, they offered him a long-term contract. It was over $125 million. I think I reported that over 100 of those were guaranteed, and he was going to get like around 35 or higher per year. And everybody was like, you take that money and you run. You secure your financial future. You secure, your family for generations to come. It's generational money. Even though 31 is a lot of money too. Don't get me wrong. 31 could be generational money too. But they were just like, you just secure your future. You get as much money as you can when you're in the NFL. And Dak Prescott bet on himself that he would stay healthy, that he would have a great season. And then this offseason that's coming up, he would get an even better deal, the deal that he was looking for ideally. And it's just super unfortunate that he got hurt. Horrific injury, just super, super unfortunate. But now it makes me wonder, how are the Cowboys going to go forward? How are they going to treat this injury? Are they going to... Because they already didn't want to give him the contract that he wanted, that he was hoping for. So if now that he's hurt, like, are they going to hardball him even more now? Like, are they going to give him less years? Like, what's going to happen? Hopefully, they at least give him the same contract that he was looking for, that they offered him last offseason. And hopefully they don't like try to lowball him now that he's hurt. And yeah, just wish Dak Prescott a speedy recovery. I wish he comes back just as good as he was, or if not better. I was reading some articles and seeing like how serious the injury was, and it's probably season ending, but they were saying that it shouldn't affect his career, that he should be able to come back, at 100% and just be himself again. And some people are even saying that he might be able to come back for a late playoff push, that like it takes 3 to 4 months. If multiple bones got broken, then it might take longer. But if it's 3 to 4 months and the Cowboys make it to like the divisional, or they make it past the wild card, and then the divisional, and then they make it to the conference final, if they make it to the conference championship, that he might be able to come back this year. Which I don't know. I don't know about rushing back like injuries, especially for your franchise QB. But I think that's a good sign that people are saying, oh, he might come back, if they make a deep playoff push. That makes me like more optimistic for his potential future, not just this season, but going forward. But wouldn't that be a crazy scenario, that the Cowboys somehow make the playoffs under Andy Dalton, and then they manage to win a game or two in the playoffs, and then Andy Dalton's playing like just decent, like whatever, not nothing spectacular, and then Dak Prescott comes in the divisional round or the championship game in the NFC, and he leads them to like the Super Bowl or something. That'd be insane. I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think he's even gonna touch the field. I don't think if the Cowboys do make the playoffs, because that division is a joke and they can still win it with Andy Dalton. He's decent enough to maneuver that really talented team into a playoff spot. But once they get to the playoffs with Andy Dalton, I don't have them winning a single game. But if they somehow manage to win a game or two and Dak Prescott comes back, that would be insane. That would be a crazy, crazy story. And just as far as the game went, it was Andy Dalton didn't look bad. He looked confident with his throws. The Cowboys made a smart signing by signing Andy Dalton as a backup quarterback. He's a pretty good quarterback. He's always on that barometer. He's on that line where people are like, all right, if you have a quarterback better than Andy Dalton, you're like pretty good. If you have a quarterback that's like around Andy Dalton, you're like, all right. He's the difference between like having a bad quarterback and having a good quarterback. Like he's a threshold. Like if you're above that, you're a pretty good quarterback. If you're below Andy Dalton, you're like a bad quarterback. So he's pretty decent. He's not bad. So he's probably the best backup in the NFL, and now he's the starter. So the Cowboys still have probably the most talented team in the NFC East, and the Eagles lost again, so now they take a 1-game lead on the Eagles with a lot of NFL season left. But I do think the Cowboys could sneak into the playoffs. Just it's them and the Eagles. The Washington football team has I don't think they have a chance, and the Giants are 0-5, so they don't have a chance either. So it's gonna come down to the Cowboys and the Eagles, and I believe Andy Dalton does have it in him to at least make it competitive, and they'll be in the hunt come week 16. But just to reiterate, just super, 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 super unfortunate that Dak Prescott got hurt. I wish him the best. I know he had talked about depression like before the season, and that was a big topic, and everybody commended him for speaking up on it and how he's a Cowboys quarterback. He's going through depression and stuff like that. And just he seems like a great guy, and I just hope he has a great recovery and he comes back even better than he was before. And I hope he gets paid. Number one, pay the man. Pay the man. Jerry Jones, pay the man.